It's a pleasure to have you all here. This webinar is focusing on financial reporting, so this is the main target for the session today. As you all know, we are living now a very important period, not only for the projects, but also for the program, because we are starting the closure period for this programming 2014-2020. And so it is really important that we, in order to fully attain our goals, be able to work in an efficient way to execute fast and report fast so that the program can attain the goals and you as projects do not lose any funding. It was important for us to do this webinar to support you in working with the IT platform, CG. We feel that some of you are still not very experienced with the platform, and so this session would help. But please feel free to also ask technical details that are not related per se with the IT platform. So this session is to address financial matters. That's why we have here today Gisela Ferreira and João Correia. They are the financial managers working in the Joint Secretariat. And so they will give you a tour, first with an introduction in terms of contents and so on, and then even with a demo. Also with us, we have project managers, Carlos Garea, Tania Afonso, at least, and they can also support if any issue comes up related with the other parts of the reporting. We want you that please tell us what are your main concerns, what are your main doubts, and we will try to support the much we can during this webinar and in the near future. Do not hesitate to contact us through the JS or through the IT support if the doubts are related to IT issues. So wishing you a very fruitful session today. I will give the floor to Gisela.
Thank you, Sandra. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for this training session. The idea behind today's presentation is to help those of you who are not familiar with CG. Maybe you are new in the project, or you are new inside your organization, or for any other reason you are having some difficulties to work with CG and to present your payment claims. We know that several beneficiaries are presenting at this stage a zero or a very low execution rate. So what we want is to make sure that the reason for this is not related to problems in using the online platform. And this is why we will review all the basics of the financial reporting. CG, as you know, is the updated platform used by the Atlantic Area Program to allow the beneficiaries to manage their projects. The platform is quite user-friendly, but I understand it requires at the beginning some practice. So CG has several functionalities for the beneficiary side. For example, to access the project application form, for document storage, and also for requests for project modifications and for progress reports. So today, as Sandra said, we will focus only on the financial part of the progress report and at partners level. In terms of the session content, so we will guide you through CG with a live simulation on how to create a partner progress report and how to submit it. Of course, the idea is to promote an interactive session. So if you have questions at any time of the session, please use the chat or after the virtual simulation, raise your hand and we will do our best to clarify any issue you may have. Maybe you have seen that we are recording the session because today is blank holiday in France, so beneficiaries from France are not with us today. So it is a tool that they can access after the webinar. Sandra has already presented the team that will be with you today. So colleagues from the Joint Secretariat, Carla Guimarães, our Communication Officer, Carlos Garea and Tania Afonso are project managers here today, and João Correia and me, we are financial managers. But before entering the simulation, I know this is the most interesting part of the session, but I would like to briefly recall some elementary procedures used in the Atlantic Area Program for reporting. So as you may know, the progress report is composed of an activity report and a financial report. It describes the progress of the projects and serves as support for payment requests. The lead partners have to submit 2 progress reports in each 12 months to the managing authority through the GS. And reporting financial information is mandatory for all the partners at least once a year. With CG Platform, all project partners have access to their own sub-reports, as well as first-level controllers and national authorities. At this stage, I just want to share with you one slide, no more than that, because I think it is more easy to visualize than to explain. Okay, can you see the slide?
No, not yet. Estamos a ver o explorador dos fecheiros.
Sorry, let's try again. Just another second. You see something now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the scheme of all the project report process. The reporting process starts always at partner level. Each project partner must report on progress made compared to the project application form and also declare the expenditures related to their project activities. João will show you immediately after this how it works in practice. But after the submission of the partner progress report, the workflow in CG goes to the first level controller, who will verify and validate the partner's declared expenditures, having access to the CG and signing the associate standard certificates. Those certificates must then be uploaded by the first level controller in the dedicated area of the report. Once the first level controller finishes his validation, the partner progress report goes to the national authority, who will proceed with its own certification. Once you have submitted your expenditure and they are validated by your first level controller and by a national authority, you cannot claim the reimbursement of your costs yet. Sometimes we received emails from partners saying my partner progress report is validated. When will I receive the money? Well, it is not the final step of the process. There is an intermediary task that must be performed by the lead partner. The lead partner role is to make a consolidation of the information, collecting the partner's report, adding details and information on the overall project implementation. Then, when the lead partner submits the aggregated project progress report, the process only at this stage goes to the Joint Secretariat for final validation and payment. Please do not forget that even after the first level control validation, after the national authority validation, the Joint Secretariat and the managing authority can still request for more clarification or documents, and they also can do corrections that will appear directly in CG. In case of partners who are experiencing delays with their expenditure certification, either at first level control level or at national authority level, there is an emergency mechanism that the lead partner can use, and it is called postpone financial report. With this action, the partner report will be validated, but only with activities. So overall, the process of reporting is not complex. But as you can see in the scheme, it requires several people involved. Therefore, it takes time. Just to have an idea, when the partner starts the report and when the GS receives the consolidated project reports, it takes at least 6 months and sometimes much more than that. So you have to plan in advance your progress report. And maybe I will give you an advice is that before submitting your progress report to your first level controller, please communicate with him, explain how you calculated the staff costs or any other cost that is not apparently easy to understand why you reached that calculation. Because when the report arrives to the auditor, if he knows the content, if he knows the methodology you have used, it's easier for him to validate, therefore it takes less time. So having said that, and with no further delay, I will pass the floor to João. He will show you how to create and submit a partner progress report through the platform. Let me just stop sharing the screen. Okay, João, I think you can start.
Hello, all. We are using a platform used for formation. It's not the real platform, as we can show real data in this session. In this first screen, we are on project identification. That's one question that I think it's important for new partners, because it's important that in your partnership, in entering the project and going to partnership, you should verify if all the information is already inserted for this partner, because otherwise it will get you some errors on the report. For instance, here you can expand all the data. It's important that you have here in the partner information on the document section. You have to have here the bank statements, the co-financing declaration, state aid declaration, and the bank statement. This information is very important for all the process. Other information that's very important, it's the contacts of the contact person and the legal representative of the institution. We normally we use this information for contacting partners, so it's important that it's up to date. Other information is the bank details, because otherwise the payment can be processed. Now we are going to the project report. Here we are going to create a report on this button. We are going to select this partner as 3 projects. We are going to select the first one, and we are going to select the option will be a complete progress report, an extraordinary report, progress report, or the final report. We are going to select extraordinary because it's only a financial report, and that way we can follow up just with our financial. Here we are on the partner report. If you need to have information about your budget at the time, you have to selecting the budget option. Here you have your total budget, and here you have it by work package, and you have this partner has 3,100 in coordination and 1,100 in promotion. Only has expenditure in work package 1 and work package 4. In terms of years, he has budget in 2017 till 2020, and in budget lines, has budget in all the budget lines. As long as you are submitting expenditures, the information will be summarized here in current PPF requests. So as long as you are uploading the documents in system, he will upload, have the information here. Now we are going to expenditure. And here you can add expenditure one by one, but the best option would be to add files. Here you can add PDF files, one invoice or 10 invoices, and it will create automatically the invoice lines. So here I have here three PDF invoices. I'm going to open them. And here I have my 3 lines of expenditures. Here you have these 3 options: the height just to see, the pen to edit, and the garbage can for excluding the document. So I'm going to edit. And here is a precious information because the PDF will be open here. So for instance, here I have my invoice number 3. The budget line is small infrastructures. The issue date is 18th of October 2019. And payment dates of November 2019. here I have to write a small description of the document, of what's the objective of this invoice. The supplier number, tax number, supplier name. I have here to select for in what work package this document is referred to. I have budget in promotion, so I'm going to put in promotion. The eligible amount, this partner, for this partner, the VAT is not recoverable. So here I'm going to consider the total amount of the invoice. And he will calculate automatically the funding. If, for instance, my institution recovered VAT, I would here I will have the 10,000, and here in VAT I will have the VAT budget. So the calculation of the funding will be on the eligible amount, but here I will have the total of the invoice. I'm going to change it. Here, I could add other files necessary for the verification, namely the authorization of payment, the bank statement, and other documents that I'm going to add the same documents that I already submitted, but here you should include the other documents. And I will have to identify what kind of document I'm referring to. And here I can see the documents if they are in PDF. The best option is always to insert PDF documents, because I can insert a zip file, but if I insert a zip file, I can see it here. I will have to download to open it. So as you were explained, the process, the documents that you insert here are going to be visualized by the FLC first, then the national authority, then the joint secretariat, then the national authority. So a good way to make that the process is faster is to insert PDF documents, so they are easier for everybody to see. So now I will set the expenditure. And now I'm going just to insert the other two documents. So on a fast version. So external expertise. I will select work package 1. Save expenditure. Last one. in this situation, we have the 15% of office, so the line is generated automatically. And now I can go to budget and see the expenditures that are already submitted. So here we have the total amount that we have in this report on coordination and on promotion. The amount per year and the amount per budget line. If at any time I need to, I can download the Excel. If I have to make some report to know what kind of budget I still have for on one budget line or one on a year, I can download it now in PDF. I think it's easier to see, but I can also, as you can see it now here, we can have the same information in Excel and we can organize it as we feel it better for reporting or for our organization of the information. At any time I can come here and check errors to see if I have still some information to submit, to insert. So I have to insert an explanation of the budget preparation, an explanation of the partner's involvement in preparation of the budget, an explanation on the value for money, and I have to create an expenditures control and upload the VAT declaration file tab. This VAT declaration file type is on the not on the program report, but on the partner information. I can save budget. I have the information that I have to insert the explanations that should be here. And project achievements. Expand all. Here I have the information that I have to insert. Here in documents, I should add the tax information, the tax declarations that are required here on expenditure control. I have the document, the platform informed me that I have that my tax regularity and social contribution regularity are not up to date. So I have to upload them here in documents. These are the only two documents that you have to upload that are not related directly to expenditure, because they are a global vision of the institution. always to be in contact with first level control when you are finalizing this process. So that when the information arrives there, he's aware that he's going to receive it. And any question that he or she may have, because it's the first time he was going to analyze this process, you can clarify, you can give some details so that the process will be as clear for him, her, as it could be. When you organize the process, you have to be thinking of the other persons that are going to see it. If you organize it on a simple way, on a very clear way, one of the simple situations is to name the files with correct identification. Everything is easier, the process is simpler, and you manage to get the report validated quicker. Now I think we could open the questions, and if you have some doubts still on this process, please feel free to ask.
Thank you, João. For the moment, we don't have questions on the chat. Maybe someone wants to take the floor.
David Clark.
Yeah, thank you very much, João, for the presentation. I was just wondering, whereabouts does the budget modification request come in from the lead partner? Should that be submitted for the partner organisation prior to the expenditure being submitted?
Well, we are talking about project modifications. This is indeed the role of the lead partner. Of course, he has to communicate with partners if they have the need to make any change in the project application form. One point here which might be interesting is that sometimes when partners are editing expenditures in CG, they received an error saying that the expenditure is above the available budget. So it's important that at this stage, a decision must be made. Either the partner requests the lead partner to adjust the budget in question to allow the registration of this expenditure, or the partner decides to wait for the moment and input to the project only the available budget, and then afterwards, after submitting its reports, he can ask the lead partner to adjust his budget, and in the next progress report he can add the expenditures that he had left because previously the budget was not sufficient. I don't know if I have answered the question, Dave.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you very much, Gisela. No, that's answered perfectly. Thank you.
Yeah, Ruth Anderson, please.
Yes, good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for the seminar, which is very helpful. In my project, I am not full-time employed for the project. So in other words, I spend part of my time working on the project and the rest of my time is spent working in my normal work, my job. So when I'm showing the hours spent working on the project, I'm able to back up these costs by my P60 document, which is a United Kingdom end of year document, which shows the salary that's been paid to the employee plus tax and national insurance costs. Further backing that up with a bank statement to show that the employee has been paid will show the salary that's paid for the entire workload and not just the project. Should that bank statement be sent up as part of a supplementary document to assist verification that the staff member has indeed been paid.
Maybe I can step in. Yes, I mean, I understand you are part-time working for the project, but the auditor, in order to validate the proportion of your salary, must have the proof, the evidence that the entity for who you are working for has paid your salary entirely. So this is a requirement.
That's absolutely fine. It's obviously that the full salary won't reflect necessarily what you're claiming as part of your Interreg project, but I appreciate that's a further means to show that the staff member has indeed been paid, so that's fine. Thank you.
You have just to add one more detail. You can, if you want, you can access the program manual, and in the staff section, you have all the mandatory documents needed for the staff calculation and allocation to the project. So you can find there every kind of document you may bring to your auditor to validate the expenditure in case of doubts. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a question in the chat about the pro forma, the document being used for payments, and referring that the full invoice is only issued after payments. I don't know. Can you reply, Gisela, to this question, please?
Yes, let me just understand the content. Well, when you are registering an expenditure, as João show you, we have to enter two dates: the dates of issue of the invoice and the date of payment. The year of the expenditure is the year of the payment. I'm not sure I understand here the question. The invoice is issued after the payment, but you must have some sort of valid account document to pay this expenditure, right?
Yes, sorry, I can this was my question. Yeah, but just a real example. You have a pro forma invoice because the company doesn't send you the final invoice until you paid. On the 2nd of November, you pay on the 3rd of November, the final invoice is sent on the 4th of November, and the system will not allow you to upload this document because the invoice was after the actual payment date.
But
so
then
I upload the pro forma.
I think you must analyze the situation with your auditor. Do you have allocated already expenditures with that format?
We tried, but it's the system doesn't allow you because it says that it's the date is after the invoice date is after the payment date.
But you have a document, a previous document before the invoice, right?
A pro forma or an email, yeah.
Okay, so you have to enter the date of this document and then the date of payment, and check with your auditor if it is okay for him. And
for him, it's
the system will allow it.
Is the system that will, then there will be a discrepancy between the pro forma and the final invoice date.
But the system allows you to enter a date in the invoice as long as it is previous to the date of payment. So you have to enter a date proved by whatever evidence you have as document. And this way the CG will allow you to do that. Yeah,
but the invoice will still be after the payment.
Yes, but then you have on the top down of the screen, when you are entering the expenditure, you can add afterwards the invoice inside the expenditure to prove that there is an invoice, but with a date that is different.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Yes. We have Kwari Kuzak, please.
Yes, hello, how are you? Rory Cusack, research accountant in the Marine Institute in Ireland. Just a couple of quick questions. The SIGI portal, is it GDP compliant for sharing sensitive payroll information?
Well, I don't have the answer for that question. Maybe Sandra, can you help on that?
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
So is the SIGI portal GDPR compliant for sharing sensitive
Yes,
payroll
yes, of
information?
course. We have signed a contract with the provider to ensure that all GDPR matters are covered. This is mandatory for Portugal legislation, so we comply with the law.
Okay, and the reason I asked that question is that we share our sensitive information directly with the FLC. We give them a link to a SharePoint that we have. And this has been the process in place because I was led to believe that there were some issues with GDPR compliance on the SIGI portal. So I just wanted to get clarification on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
but indeed, all the information that is uploaded in CG is covered by the compliance with GDPR.
Yeah. And can other partners see that information, or is it just the sole partner?
Oh, no, it's just between you and your first level controller and then the national authority. And of course, the financial manager that is analyzing the request, but this is in full compliance with GDPR because this has to do with our business model. So we need to have access to certain pieces of information in order to be able to validate the expenditure claim, but only you as partner and your controllers.
Okay, great. So going forward, there is no issue for us to upload any sensitive material. We're comfortable in the fact that it is GDPR compliant. That's all I wanted to clarify. Thank you.
May I just add something? Of course, you can always share documents with your first level controller outside the platform, outside CG, and it happens all the time. I understand that, but it's important that all the relevant documentation is here in the platform because when we have audits by the Commission, by the European Commission or by the Audit Authority, it's important to track all the information in order to consider it as a good expenditure and not having corrections afterwards. So all the documents inside the CG must indeed prove the expenditure, and so try to storage in the platform all the relevant information.
Yes, so just going back on that, so the function of the FLC is they review all the information and do the first level control. So they validate your claim. I'm correct in that, yes?
Yes, but as I said at the beginning, I know you have the validation from your auditor. I know afterwards you have the validation from your national authority, but even so, the audit authority, the European Commission, and ourselves in the Joint Secretariat and the Managing Authority, we can request for more evidences or clarification. So the FLC control, of course, is the #1 control for your expenditure, but it can be asked to provide more information from other control entities.
Yeah, absolutely. I fully understand that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Just adding to Gisella's comment, we need that. It is really important that we have all the evidence in the system, because when then we go for an audit, the audit goes to the system and can check all the documents he needs or she needs to ensure the claim is okay. If you circulate documents out of the system, then you have to be sending the additional information the auditor needs. This takes more time and is more difficult. So a good practice is to ensure that all the evidence is stored in CG. Thank you.
Thank you.
So for now, we don't have any more questions, but please don't be shy. We have an extra hour to help you and support you with any kind of doubts you might have, not only related with CG, but also related with other financial technical matters. The idea is to support you the best way we can in speeding your report to the JS.
We have here a question in the chat. Maria Luisa is asking if they have to register personnel cost month by month. No, you don't have to do that. You can do for a longer period. As soon as you have all the calculations in place and in CG in order to understand how you have reached the number you are allocated to the project.
Josh Falcon.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Yes, hello, good morning. I just have a question concerning not with the financial reporting itself, but the modification request. Okay, it's considering the fact that which are the specific considerations in order when we make and submit a modification request to be considered as a minor change, so that be approved automatically and not going through an evaluation process, which takes longer and so on. I know there is a kind of limit for around 20% of the budget, but I don't know if that's affecting the whole budget of the partner or just within each budget category. How does it work?
Hello, George. Well, in terms of rule of flexibility for project modifications, we have a rule with a threshold of 20%. The 20% are calculated by at the project level, not at the partner level, okay. And is calculated based on the total you have. For example, you can have 20% modification in expenditures line, between expenditures line, but if you have 34 percentage of deviation in per years, therefore automatically it's a major modification. So since you have a deviation above 20% or in budget lines or per year, or per work packages, or between partners, it is considered a major deviation. What happens sometimes is that you have made your calculations and say this is a minor change between budget components. Okay, but if at the same time you are requiring an extension of time, then it is not considered inside the 20% flexibility rule, because a part of the budget modification, you have also other items of the project that are changed. So this is why sometimes you think this is a minor modification, but you are adding other changes in the project application form, and then it has to go to the evaluation process. This is why.
Okay. And that's under the total budget of the project and not by partner, right? The rule.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So maybe it's better to go for a kind of individual basis with the modification reports if you want to include several things so that you can go quicker and so on, right?
This is the procedure that some lead partners are adopted, yes, but please try to avoid to present a modification about the content in the morning and then a project modification about financial aspects in the afternoon.
That's not the case. Okay.
Yeah, but it happens.
Okay. 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 I guess. Thank you very much.
Sara?
Hello.
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 I have a doubt because we made a mistake in submit our modification request, and we in this report we cannot insert the expenses of 2021, and I'm asking if I can put I can insert that expenses in the next report.
Yes, you can. The CG will not block you because we are in 2020 and you are allocated expenditure from last year. The
Okay.
system doesn't block.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. I think we don't have any question at the moment, but I would like to know if anyone is willing to share with us the main difficulties they have using the platform. Maybe we can help and it will be useful for the others.
Dave Clark.
Yeah, could
Go
I
ahead,
just,
Dave.
thank you. Could I just ask a quick question about the lead partner submitting a consolidated report? I know it's a little bit outside this financial webinar. When partners are submitting their financial claims and we do our consolidated report, some partners might not have a financial claim and it will appear in the SIGI portal as 0. When you upload the financial template, the statement of claim template, and then check for errors, it will pick up on the partners which do not have any financial amount submitted for that time period because it's all zeros. How do we, I suppose, take out those partners without a financial claim? Because they'll all appear in the consolidated report as a red dot, as 0. How can they be removed if they only have an activity report and not a financial report to submit? I'm not sure if I'm clear.
I'm sorry, I had a fail in my connection, so I didn't hear the full question.
It was about the consolidated report. So if some partners have a financial and activity report to submit in a consolidated report and other partners only have an activity report without financial reports, in the consolidated report screen, it will come up with those partners with activity reports only with a financial amount as 0. However, how do we progress with a consolidated report after we upload the template if we still have zeros appearing in the screen? How do we take those partners out of a consolidated report?
Carlos, can you help us on this question?
You know, I mean, as you know, in the consolidated report, all the partners must submit a report. The report could be technical, I mean, just technical with no financial expenditures, or including the technical report plus the expenditures. So just to clarify, it's always mandatory in the project project report, all the partners must submit the report. And you cannot mix extraordinary reports with ordinary progress report. So, I mean, if I understand well the question, once the consolidated version arrives to us, we check as a project manager, we check all the activities because the technical information is mandatory and all the partners must submit the technical information. And when it's ready, we forward the report to the financial managers.
But the information that appears on the full report, which we must have all the partners listed, even if we have like 4 with 0 expenditure and the others with expenditures. But it's mandatory that we have on every report the total partners, even if half of them don't have expenditure. In that situation, the line appears with 0 because they only submitted the first part of the report related to activities, but not the part of the report related to expenditures. I don't know if it was that your doubt.
Yes, just sorry, Sandra.
Because the consolidated progress report that the lead partner prepares, if it is a normal progress report, and by normal we mean having activities and expenditures, the rules of the program, as you can see in the program manual, demands that all partners are there, even if they have no expenditures to claim, but they have activities. And for the analysis of the report, the JS needs to go and check if all partners have been complying with their goals in terms of activities. If you don't want to, let's suppose that you just want to report expenditures at a certain point, you as lead partner can consolidate extraordinary progress reports, and only extraordinary progress reports have just expenditures. So it depends on the type of report you want to do. A normal progress report, in order to be able to consolidate, must have partner progress reports, so small reports for each partner. Otherwise, you will not be able to do it. Of course, those that only have activities appear with 0 for expenditures, but this is not a problem in terms of analysis for the JS. I'm sorry, Tanya, you wanted to intervene.
Nothing to add. I think it's clear now.
Dave, I don't know if you have.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you very much to you all. No, that's clarified it quite nicely. Thank you.
Sorry, another point that is interesting is that every partner is able to change the type of report that they are working right now. I mean, when the partner report is on the status register, you are able to switch from, for instance, if it's an extraordinary report, you can switch to ordinary report or into final report. But once the report is sent to the FLC, this is not feasible. So this is important. For instance, if you are working in a report and you want to switch because you realize that is your final report, you can do it. And there is more information about that in our guide, in an IT guide that is available in our website.
And also available in CG. I don't know if everybody has this awareness. When you enter in CG, you have there a button, I think it is called Help.
Sure.
Yes, João can show. And you have there a set of videos explaining how to do several steps in CG.
Here in Help, you select Help.
also support for the first level control and for the national authority. You have there small videos that that can be very useful.
In the meantime, I think we had another person, Sarah Runch, that had a question. Here.
No, thank you. I'm not any question. I have my hand. Oh, sorry. I have my hand. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I don't have questions.
Well, here
Thank
you have 4 videos. One for essential functionalities, login, dashboard, department and settings. Another one for creating and submitting partner reports. Another for the certification of partner reports. This one more related for first level control, as is explained here. And another one for the agreement for the FLC, for the validation of the partner progress report. So we would suggest that you visualize the videos that you think would be helpful for you for the situation you are in.
And Annette, you have a question?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for this successful webinar, for this helpful webinar. I'm the leader of one of these Interreg European projects, and we are in the situation of one of our partners has not sent the financial reporting nor the expenditures, financial report and activity report. So we are absolutely blocked to continue presenting the consolidating report. This hasn't happened because the partner from the very beginning has not been working. So we have changed this partner for another one. The second partner is really working in the properly way, but the first one decided to maintain a small quantity, a small amount from the budget. Yeah, since this partner is not presenting activity nor financial, we cannot present the consolidated report. And we have presented at this moment modification in order to get the expulsion of this partner from the project, because since this partner is not introducing this information in the CG, we cannot continue with our reporting for the overall project. So I would like to ask you if you have solved this in this way, or if you have any recommendation, because at this time of the year, all the partners are asking us as leaders, how is the situation in order to present this kind of reports? Because at this moment, we have blocked the report, the last consolidated reporting, and nowadays, I'm talking about the reporting from the end of 2021, the second semester of 2021. Since the consolidated reporting.
Project name, please. Sorry, can you identify?
ATE Virtual.
ATE Virtual. And
Yeah.
you, as lead partner, have you already contacted your project manager explaining the situation? For sure, right?
Yeah,
So
along the year, we have been in contact with the lead partner is from Spain. We have been in contact with our managing authority national level, and we have sent a modification request to the Joint Technical Secretariat. This was presented on 14 October after been doing a lot of managements in order to go ahead with the project. Mainly focus on the success of the project, and also thinking about the position of the partners presenting reporting. And at this moment, we are blocked to present the reporting, both activity and financial, for the first semester of 2022. So.
Okay, but Anna, in this modification request, for what I understood, this partner, this blocking partner, is not going to drop completely. You are going still to maintain a small budget to this partner. Is this correct?
And yeah, at the very beginning, when they decide to abandon the project, they decide that they have expenditures, so they good to maintain a small quantity, a small amount. So this small amount is blocking the progress of the project.
Yes, this is a more difficult situation.
Yeah, we have been working.
Because
yes,
if you have already, if you propose that this partner would fall, this means that when the modification request is approved, because this is a major modification and it has to go to the monitoring committee, so it takes more time. But in the platform, this partner would be suspended, and so you could proceed with the consolidated report. But this is more tricky because the partner still wants to claim some expenditures, and so he cannot just disappear. What we can do, if you want to claim expenditures and not wait for this partner, is to change the type of report, and you do a consolidated report with many extraordinary reports for all the partners. But you don't want to lose the activities. So this means that we would have to postpone these reports, and this is an action you as lead partner can do, so that activities can be considered in the next normal report. But even so, if you don't solve the issue with this partner, you will never be able to report activities. And we need that you also report activities. So a decision has to be taken. If the partner does not spend, he will be cut off, because we are also taking some more tough measures from on the side of the managing authority, because if partners are not executing at a certain stance, they are going to lose the funding. So okay. I suggest, since this is a very specific situation, that you contact very urgently your project manager, and if needed, the managing authority, to try to support you in solving this issue. Of course, we can, in terms of platform, suspend this partner and allow you to send us the consolidated final report with activities and expenditures for all the partners. But this is an intervention that we do in back office, and we must have a justification to do that. We cannot just suspend a partner if the partner was not formally expelled or changed or whatever. And this is not exactly the case. So when a partner is out of the partnership for whatever reason, and we have already a decision made on these terms, in terms of platform, there is no issue. We just suspend the partner in back office, and the lead partner can proceed. But this is not the case at this stage. So we first have to solve this issue and how we can proceed. In IT terms, this will be solved then. Okay. So first, before going through the unblock of CG for this, we really need that the decision is made in formal terms about this partner. Otherwise, we will have problems with the partner that is going to claim then that we have cut his position in the partnership in CG, and we cannot do that.
Okay, we have tried.
So
okay.
Please try to work with your project manager very closely, and if needed, the project manager will come to the managing authority so that we can unblock this case.
Okay, we have done all managements feasible with this partner. We have had different steering committees with the partnership. We have the minutes from the very beginning and even the last recently in which all partners have decided to work around the expulsion of this partner, and we have managed with you and with our national managing authority. So we hope this can be solved anyway. And okay, thank you for your time and for your answer.
And meanwhile, if you see that the partner really needs to claim the expenditures, you can do the postponement of the normal reports so that you can have extraordinary reports to immediately send to the JS. If you have doubts on this action of postponement, which has to be done very carefully, please contact us and we can support.
Okay, thank you very much.
Problem. I don't know if there are any questions in the chat.
No, not for the moment.
Carla has included the link to the program manual also in the chat if you want to check.
Maybe I can, Sandra, maybe I can take this moment to share all the tools that are available to the partners in case of support needed.
Okay.
This is just one slide to wrap up all the instruments they can use. Wow, this is the wrong file, but maybe you can see. Can you see here the slide, the toolbox?
Yes.
Well, so as João show you previously, you have a series of videos that can help you using CG for the essential functionalities. Here in this link, CG tutorials. You have also the program manual available on the website of the program with this link. You have also a very useful document, which is the CG manual to present progress reports. It's also available in the website. For any technical issues with CG, you have a specific email you can use for the IT support. Of course, you have always the possibility to contact your lead partner to ask for your project manager support at the Joint Secretariat. And for financial management help, you can send us an email to João and me. Please identify your acronym and we will answer you as soon as we can. We can send you this slide if you want after the webinar. We can send it to all the person who were registered in the training session. Just to bear in mind all the documents you may use to help you in your daily management. Okay, so we will send you this. Thank you.
Thank you, Gisela. So, last chance. Anybody else wants to do some comments, have doubts or suggestions for us, even about the IT platform, since we are also working on doing improvements. So your comments, thoughts are very welcome. So if not, once again, thank you all. Oh, we have Anna.
Yes, thank you very much for today's session. Just a couple of things, maybe things that I've missed in the CE, and I mean we've lived with that, and that's okay, but maybe it could improve. I find sometimes difficult to find when did we submit a report. So if you go to the old ones, I don't think it is very easy to see when it was submitted. You could see where it was when it was created, but not submitted, or I haven't found it. That's one thing. And the other thing, I think I wrote an email about this. There is some issues with downloading the path from the SIGI, as it doesn't come up with the full information. So I'm not sure whether it's a matter of clicking a few things, or but it, you know, the work packages don't come up completely. So I'm not sure if it's only our case or any other.
I think we have in the IT support, there was the report of some problems with the download of these work packages, but the IT provider is solving them. So very soon you will have news from the IT support on this matter. It's being tackled. About the checking the timeline to see the dates, I think João can show.
So I'll share my screen again. When you are on the project reports, you enter it. This is the one we were preparing.
Yeah.
And here on previous versions, you selecting.
Okay.
You will have all the tasks that will be that have been done on the process. This situation, it's just created, but when it goes to FLC, it appears here. If the FLC sends it back for modification to the partner, it appears also. Then all the circuit of the report appears here.
Okay.
When the report is converted in a consolidated report, the track has to be done on the consolidated report, not on the partner level. Your partner report circuit will end when the lead partner consolidates the report. All the reports in a single one.
Okay, thank you very much.
I can also share, because some people were asking on our website. Here on the program, you have the K documents, and here on the K documents, you have the program manual here in the 4 languages of the program, and on the projects, on project implementation here, you also have the user manual for CG and a lot of other information that are helpful for your project implementation. But feel free to ask us if you can find something in the website.
Thank you, João. I think we have Adrian.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. One more question from my end. It's, if I understood well, all partners' technical and also financial report has to be validated by the FSC and the managing authority in order for the coordinator to submit the consolidated report. But what happens if one partner are delayed because of the FSC validation takes longer, or sometimes the managing authority takes longer than 30 days, much longer to validate the report? How long the coordinator can wait, or should the coordinator wait for all partners, or what the partner has, what option the partner have to submit the report later? The financial part.
Gisela, do you want to
Yes.
answer, please?
If the lead partner sees that one or 2 partners are late because their process of validation is not concluded, the lead partner can use the postpone report mechanism, but it has to include every time the physical part, the activities report of those partners. But in terms of expenditures, it can postpone them and wait for another progress report.
But if it's validated a few weeks after, it doesn't matter. You have to wait another 6 months or the next progress report. The partner itself, the financial claim will not be validated until the next report.
I mean, I think you can present afterwards a progress report without waiting 6 months. We have some flexibilities on that, I think. Tanya, you want to add, please?
I don't hear.
You are muted.
Can you?
Now, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so you can transfer the expenditures to an extraordinary report, which means once it is validated, you can submit it without any other partners' reports.
Okay, thank you.
But just pay attention for one aspect is when you transfer the expenditures to another report, the workflow of the validation come back to the beginning. So it has to go again through the FLC and the national authority. Okay.
Okay.
So if you do that at the last stage, it means that it's going to go through the first stage and has to go again to the certification and validation.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I think, Adrian, that the purpose to do that is only relevant if this partner is late in the financial validation, right? We are talking about the partner that has having problems, perhaps not because the institution fault, but ex post in the validation circuit in completing. Be aware that when you do the postponement, as Tanya was saying, it's like if you pull out the report and it goes to the circuit again. Sometimes there are, but we need strong reasons to do that. Let's suppose that you really have a report, for example, in the first level control ready, and then the national authority takes too long to conclude. You don't want to go to the FLC again. You can talk with us, and with a strong justification, we can intervene in back office, but it's only for exceptional cases. If it is the partner that is taking too long, then of course you do the postponement and it will go naturally to the circuit. As the circuit is complete, you just submit, as Tanya was saying, as an extraordinary report.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
We have a question in chat about where the recording will be available. Carla, can you help us?
Yes, I can say that the recording will be available after the session. Okay, I will publish a link on the news on our website.
Thank you, Carla. Sarah Reis, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. It's a little bit outside of the scope of this meeting, and is one question from the project coordinator that cannot be here present at this moment. And so in our project that we are participating, we have submitted changes in the budget. And now because of the underperformance of the financial expenses, we are about to submit an extraordinary expenses report. But from our difficulties is because we don't have the budget modification yet approved. And if we do right now the extraordinary expenses report, then it might create even a bit, become a bit more chaotic or confusing. What is your advice in this situation?
I'm not sure I understand why the presentation of the external report has anything to do with the project modification. You need the project modification approved in order to present the expenditures of the external report?
It's just because we are receiving your emails and feedback because of the underperformance of some of the project partners.
Okay, Tanya, you want to
yes.
step in?
In terms of system, this is not an issue because the modification is always done, taking into account the last approved form. So which is under approval, it's not approved yet. So the figures will always be the approved figures. So even if you have a modification under approval analysis, the report that you are going to present, it's always on the figures already approved. Another situation is if you need this modification to be approved to submit those expenses, for example, if you don't have enough money in one budget line, okay, in this situation, you need to wait for the modification approved. Otherwise, your project approved form will not be updated with the new figures, and so you can't present the expenses.
Okay, again. And now what happens because you are asking for more expenses of the project partners that are underperforming? What is the best approach?
Well, the best approach is to execute and report expenses. I don't know, it depends also on case by case. I don't know what is the
Emporia for Kitty. Emporia for Kitty.
Okay.
Led by FCT Nova.
Yes. So maybe you can contact directly your project manager because also each project is a different situation. What you have to keep in mind, you and also the other projects here today, is that the program is in a final phase, and also projects, and so there is some partners with big delays on reporting expenses and also in execution. So this is why also we are a bit worried, and we want to understand the full situation of all of you, and also maybe help in some ways if you need it. So, but this is a lot case by case. So I will recommend you to talk
I
directly.
think that the project coordinator already contacted you explaining this situation as well, because they don't know what is the best advice to project partners.
Okay.
Because we are depending on the budget modifications to make sure that.
Yes, but even if you send justifications and so on, this is something that we are going to do a lot. This close follow-up, and at least every week or every 2 weeks, to also to confirm that there is an evolution and that you are working on the reports. So.
And for example, sorry to prolong this discussion, but if the project partners put just the expenses in SIGI and do not send to the FLC, this could be a way of showing that we are using the money, or having some expenses, just for you to have to see what's going on, and that we are not.
Yes, I understand. Okay, it's good to have the expenditures on SIGI, but you also have to send them to validation and so on. But as you probably saw in our emails, we also take into account expenditures already registered in SIGI. So this is not only what was certified and paid, but also what is already on SIGI. But of course, if you have a lot of expenditures and they are there for 6-9 months without going to certification, it's pointless, you know. So, but yes, of course, I encourage you and your partners to upload the expenditures on SIGI, because the tables we are sending you take also into account expenditures that are registered.
Okay.
Okay.
I would take the opportunity to add on this that Tanya said, to emphasize that we are entering into the closing phase for the program and of course for the projects. Of course, the first step is entering your expenditures in the system, but then you must go to the circuit of validation. So we can have several situations here. If a partner is really executing, so there is no reason why not to put the expenditures in the system and move forward in the validation circuit. If the issue is need of support for the CGE, need to clarify some rules and so on, the JS will offer you full support and we can move forward quickly. This is the main point in having this kind of webinars and talking to you to unblock these kind of situations. Another situation is if the partner is frozen and is not doing the activities as it is supposed. In that case, please be aware that since we are now moving very fast to the closing step, if the partner does not execute, there is a serious risk of the commitment, and the program will inform if really the timings are overpassed and we cannot wait anymore. And the lead partner must be fully aware of the situation of the partnership in terms of accomplishment, to decide if the partner still have, this partner that is very late, still have the chance to execute and claim the budget, or if it is needed to do a modification to reallocate the budget. Otherwise, this budget is going to be lost. And this is bad for the project and of course bad for all of us. So we are committed to work very closely with you to analyze all these, as Tanya has mentioned, specific cases. For the most straightforward ones, with the delays just because you have new staff or you have some doubts about the platform and so on, those situations can be solved very quickly. Just contact us and we will give all the support you need. Okay. For the other cases, be in touch with your project manager so that we can also try to solve.
Yes, we have Sarah Freitas.
Hi. Well, I'm sorry. I think unfortunately, we have another problem that you didn't mention, is that we work with a lot of public institutions that have sometimes problems with staff that upload the documents to the platform and that submit the reports. So this is a major problem and we are dealing with it. Well, sometimes it's difficult. They have a lot of Interreg Atlantic area projects and they can't do the work in time. It's very difficult, really. It's not your problem. It's not well, it's a structural problem of the institutions, and sometimes it's difficult to go around. Thank you.
We understand that sometimes it's difficult, mainly when we are talking about public institutions, but we want to reinforce that we can give support, at least if you have new staff or if a staff member overwhelmed with tasks needs help, just contact us. I don't know if we have any question in the chat. I don't think so.
Not for the moment, no.
Okay, we still have some time. So again, I will ask if we have any more questions or doubts or something you want to share with us. Adrian, go ahead, please.
We can't hear you, Adrian.
You can write in the chat if the micro is not working.
Adrian? No? So I don't know if somebody else wants to take the floor. I think Adrian is not anymore in the meeting. Perhaps she will try again to enter. Okay, I was just giving some minutes to check if Adrian was back with us or not, but I really don't see her. So, any other topic you would like to raise? So Carla has already answered about the recording, right, Carla? And the availability of the recording section. It's going to be in the website, right?
Yes, just to say, I still need some time to download the recording and upload, of course. But I was thinking that maybe it will be better if we divide the videos in different topics, but for that we will need more time for edition of the video. But anyway, I can upload during the morning the whole video. Okay.
Okay, Carla. So Adrian,
Yeah.
you were kicked off the meeting.
Teams
So
collapsed.
go ahead.
Yeah, maybe this is just last final question. I don't know if for the new program, has there been any change planned with regards to the rules for the reporting process, or is there an evaluation that you are planning along? Sometimes for other programs like Horizon, the end of the program period, they send questionnaires for the participants. I don't know. This is just for curiosity.
So we are preparing the new program in terms of program rules also. You have already the rules for all what is needed to do your applications. Please go to our website where we have the full package for the application and all the information that you need at this stage to submit us your wonderful ideas for new projects. You are very welcome. We are expecting very good applications for this new programming period. And you also have there many information about the eligibility of the expenditures. We are targeting simplified cost approaches in order to facilitate the reporting. But in terms of the rules per se regarding what kind of reports, how many reports, and so on, that is still being prepared. Okay, Adrian, but please go to the website. There is a specific tab about the new programming period where you can find all the information. Also, as you know, the call is open and it's going to be open until 17 February. But it would be very important if you guys that are interested in coming to the call start preparing everything that is needed and not leave to the end the upload of the information. We do not expect any problems, but of course, when we have many people using the platform at the same time, there can be some overload. So if you are interested, we will support you during the application stage. If you have problems, use the same IT support email that Gisela showed, and it's also in the website, and we will be willing to help you. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. I will check the documents. Just more or less, I wanted to know the main rules, like for the justification of FSC and national authority will not change. It will remain the same, the two-step verification process.
Yes, well, it's here saying that there is a webinar on the 21st of November.
Yeah, we are already registered. Yeah.
About the goal, okay?
Okay.
So
Sorry, Sandra.
Yes.
Also, in the new program manual, you already have a lot of information regarding eligibility rules and what applies for this new period.
Yeah, thank you.
We had a question in the chat asking about national authority controls. I suppose the person is referring to controls that are being performed by the French National Authority. We know that they are in place, but we don't have the results yet. If the person wants to know how this kind of control is being made, please contact the national correspondents, because they hired the company who is performing the controls, so they can give you more information. The contact of the national correspondents are on the website of the program. Also, again, another question about the recording. It will be available soon after the webinar. Thank you.
I think we have another question.
Yeah, hi. Just one quick question, and it's on the tax regularity and the social contribution regularity. And I'm speaking only for Ireland. In Ireland, you can download from the revenue, which is the customs where we pay all our taxes. You can download a tax clearance cert from revenue, and that comes down date stamped and the date and the time that you download it. You cannot get a tax clearance cert unless all your taxes, payroll taxes, VAT, etc., are up to date. Will this suffice as a document for tax regularity and social contribution? It's from an independent, it's independent, it's from the revenue, it's date stamped, and it confirms all taxes are up to date.
Yes, this is a kind of certificate that we have received from Irish partners,
Yeah.
so it serves perfectly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so nothing in the chat. I don't see more raising hands.
Yes, can I just say something? I'm sorry, I just sent the wrong link for the upload of the video. It will not be on the link that I sent, but it will be uploaded on the project's implementation section on the website. Okay, the same place where you find the program manual, you will find a link with the record for this session. Try that.
Thank you, Carla.
So Carla, in projects implementation, is this correct?
Yes.
And can we copy the link to the chat?
Yes, I will do it.
Okay, so Carla is going to put in the chat the correct link where the video is going to appear very soon. I will take the opportunity to thank everybody for attending this webinar. It was very helpful, also important for us. Please do not hesitate to contact us with your doubts, your problems, your suggestions, comments for the improvement of the platform and so on. They will be very welcomed. And well, taking the opportunity that Adrian has talked about the new programming period for those that want to still work with us, please prepare your applications and start working on them. If you have problems, just contact us also through the normal channels, GS and IT support. Wishing you a very nice day and see you soon. So bye-bye.
Bye-bye and good luck.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.